Welcome to Because We Said So, the podcast where Anissa and Jess dive into the beautiful chaos of motherhood, careers, and all the stuff in between. For the next 20 minutes, let's just hang out.
Welcome back to Because We Said So. Welcome back to Because We Said So, brought to you by me and Anissa. We're here. We're live in the flesh. Some of you have mentioned you can't see us, so my apologies, but we will put trailers on so you could see little snippets of what we look like.
True. Yeah. If
True.
you want to see us, you have to watch us on Spotify.
Yes, you have to watch us on Spotify. Also, it's okay if you don't want to look at me because today has been rough. I've been home for 3 days without my husband, my 2 kids, a full-time job. And it's aggressive. I say aggressive a lot, I realize, but it's been a lot. And then even my mom came over for an hour or two to help with the marathon of the 4 to 7 sprint. And she was like, "Why are you putting on makeup?" And I was like, "Well, I'm just putting on some blush, which you can't even see because I'm going to podcast." And she was like, "How do you have the energy?" And I'm like, I don't know how I have the energy. I'm just going to do it because actually it's like working out, right? It's like you don't ever have the energy, but then you do the workout and then you're so happy that you did it. I never come here and do this and think, oh, that really sucked after. I'm always like, I'm so happy that I got my time.
True. Last week, I was not having the moment, and you brought back down to earth and made me laugh my ass off. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Actually, we were trying to do 1 hour episodes so that we'd have a couple at one time and we wouldn't have to record every week. But now I'm like, it's mandatory that we have to record every week because it's fucking fun.
You're welcome. And that's kind of how this all happened, right? We need to find time for ourselves to let go, let loose, have some fun. So I think it makes sense to do it every week, because I think we need it as moms of kids at this age, in this state and juncture of time. And I said to my mother-in-law last night on the couch, I was like, how come? Because she came over yesterday to help me, right? For the 4 to 7, it gets me every day. Within 30 seconds of them, I'm screaming and yelling. I'm like, I can't do this. So she came over yesterday, I looked at her and I said, why didn't you tell me after I had the first? That once you have multiple, it gets fucking hard. And she's like, but then you wouldn't have Max. And I was like, okay, leave Max aside. We love Max, yes. Why didn't you tell me? It's like what you said last week. We're like, no one told you not to get the dog before the kid or while you were pregnant. It just sends you over. And yes, I'm very happy I had them close in age. Yes, I'm happy I had them later in life. Yes, I love them so much to pieces. Yum, 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 yum. But yeah, I'm in it. I'm in the thick of it all. And I can't even, I'm almost peeing my pants because I don't have time to pee. That's how in it I am.
I know. I'm sorry. As the old men on the sidewalk say, boy, you have your hands full, don't you?
We do. And my toes and my head and my shoulders, every body part is full to here.
Yeah, it's full.
And then up here.
Full. Yeah. And right now there's a swim party in my backyard.
Where's your bathing suit?
I'm not doing that because I'm in my female executive really available era. So I put on my silky shirt and was like, no, working on professional Anissa this week. Because typically I'm working on
very professionally this week, I have to say. In our Zoom yesterday, I was like, oh, okay. Meanwhile, I'm in a sports bra and a t-shirt because I'm just trying to survive.
I like that about our job. I like that you can show up in a t-shirt as long as you're really fucking good at your job. You show up and you know what you're talking about and you work hard. Everyone's like, salute to the t-shirt, because it's we're not quite a tech startup. We don't need a hoodie, but it's hot in New York and you can show up in a white t-shirt.
Also, I just got off a Zoom with Ryan and our pro members, and I think he was in a bathrobe. I'm pretty confident he was in a black bathrobe. There was 100 people on the call, and I think he took it in his bathrobe in his Hamptons.
Well, he's in the middle of press for the show. Every time you turn on Netflix right now, it says coming on Friday. And I know that he's been in back-to-back press. We can't meet with him at all because they do all of their press 3 days before the show. And that way, normal people do it months and months. And they're no, we know that the streaming and the binging is the
Yeah.
key to this industry.
Yeah.
So that's what he has to do leading up
Oh,
to it.
wait. But to all of our listeners, you should know that we work for Ryan Serhant. He's coming out with a new show. It's coming out Friday, June 28th on Netflix called Owning Manhattan. We had the premiere party last week, which Anissa was supposed to come to, and she didn't come,
I
which
made
was very
wild promises that I would
sad.
be there.
But it was pretty epic. I think it ended up being like 650 of his closest friends, and it was fun. Like, I missed you a lot.
I know, you looked hot. I loved being able to pick out your dresses beforehand.
Yes, I sent her. So before I go anywhere, I have like a couple people that I do this with, okay? And I take like all my options and I take a photo and then like I do a side by side. Like almost, remember you used to read like Us Weekly and it would do like who wore it better or like, and it's the same dress or something like that. So I do like a pic collage of like the 3 or 4 or 16 outfits that I can't decide. And then I put them side by side and then I send text messages and I'm like, cast your vote.
It was like 9 outfits and they were all
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
they were
I was
okay.
kind of jealous of your closet. I've been like getting minimal and like since post babies and like before kids, like I was fresh out of college. The nice stuff I have, I still wouldn't wear. Like I'm keeping it because it's cool, but I'm not gonna wear
Yeah.
it out.
I
So you have good
threw
stuff.
No, I threw 3 of those dresses out. I was like, this is not like it would have been just like one last time around the
One
block.
last club hurrah. I mean, it was
Yeah,
a nightclub.
yeah,
Interesting
exactly.
choice. Large nightclub.
Wait, but the gold mini dress, which I didn't wear, I wore a gold
Hmm.
longer dress. Because as you pointed out, we're not, like twerking at the club. We want to be profesh. His wife was wearing a short gold dress. And I was like,
Okay, well,
we could have been twinsies.
She's Netflix and starring right
I
now.
know. She's also like
Um,
100 pounds and gorgeous, so I wouldn't have wanted to stand beside her in any dress that looked like hers.
see, please don't put me next to that woman. I'm
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Like I'm all set.
Oh my gosh, but it looks so fun. You guys had so much fun. I love that you like called me and FaceTime me. I loved your
Yes.
stories. And then the next day at work, like everyone that didn't go, Jess got to like be reporting live. She did a little broadcast at the all hands meeting and told everyone what a good time they missed, but it was super monumental for our company. I started like 2 years ago and we've been talking about how this is going to happen. We're going to
Hmm.
become this sales training organization. We're going to be big and like everything that we said is going to happen is truly happening.
I'm
I
excited.
mean,
Oh wait, one other thing I wanted to mention before on the call in his robe. He told everybody, he prompted everybody. So like if you're
uh-huh.
looking, here's like a little free advice. If you are looking to build your brand to generate business, right? You need to post and be consistent, all of that, yes. But he gave a prompt to all of our members and said they meet once a month. Everybody needs to post on Friday a vulnerable story because he was like, when we were growing up, like being smart was in, right? But now we have Google. So now people are looking for the vulnerability. Vulnerability sells. So everybody on Friday, if they're a Sell It member, pro member, they are going to be posting a vulnerable story about themselves. And I think that we should do it too.
Yeah, I have plenty of vulnerable stuff to say. I'm a big mess. I'm in my bed right now wearing a silk shirt. So,
Let's talk about your vulnerability. I want you to tell me a story.
I just had therapy today. I don't know if I can do it. Like, my entire therapy session was about how I shut down as a human, as a defense mechanism, the
I've
moment I
noticed
don't
that
trust someone.
when you get mad at me, you go dark. And then I'll peek in and I'll test the waters. I'll be like, "Are we friends today? How about
Okay.
now?"
Well, yeah, okay. So we last weekend we went on this wild tangent about how my mother was like Mexican, firstborn in America, super strong woman, like quiet but mighty. And she like all the men think that they run shit in her life and she's like secretly, you know, and that vibe of being like cold. I remember like being in college and having like anxiety issues. And she was like, "What do you have anxiety for? We pay for your college. Go work another job." And I was like, "Okay." Like she is a very tough woman and she didn't cry. Like when I see her cry, it's like a big deal. So I don't know if it came from like having her as a role model or like other traumatic things where I was like, this is like disassociating is my favorite thing to do,
Yeah, but
as
you
we know.
can't anymore. Now you have to like you gotta be transparent, right? People love
Mhm.
when you're transparent
Yeah.
because like no one wants to be lied to. And that was something else we were saying. I tried to lie the other day and I fucked up so badly. Like I can't even do it when I think I'm doing it right. Like I still
Yeah.
messed it up.
Yeah. No, I gave me a good one for this, which was like figure out what your line in the sand is, repeat the sentence back and forth, make sure that you know what it is, um, and why that line is uncrossable so that like whenever you're feeling like shutting down, which I do, instead just like hold your line, say it, and you can like
Yeah.
walk away from that situation and not have to shut down because you left it on the table.
Okay. That
Um,
makes
so
sense.
but in the moment, like if we're having something at work and I'm like rolling, sometimes I don't even know what my line, it takes me time. Like I have a process, I gotta, so there's your vulnerable moment. I have a delayed processor for emotions. It takes me like a full 48 hours to know how I
Yeah.
feel.
I feel like I am a machine
I
and I
think,
know
I
how
feel
I
like that's true
feel.
also.
Yeah, I know how I feel. I'm gonna let you know, but it takes me, the process for me is to move on, like to move past it. That for me can take a while, like not like a year, but like it could take like a week
Yeah.
to get over, move on, move forward, accept whatever it is, and I cannot change it and just move on.
You're good at talking about it. Like, I feel like that's why we
Yeah.
have such a good friendship because you will talk about it with me. You don't like get bruised easy. And I think that's my reason why I struggle outside of like friendships where like anyone that wants to sweep something under the rug, it's not that I don't have respect for them. I just don't like them. Like,
Agreed.
I'm not going to be comfortable in that room. I have to, like, I remember my sister locking me in the bathroom one time, and I
Oh my
hated
God.
her for this. She's 8 years older than me, and she was like, Anissa, we are not leaving this bathroom until we talk about it. And I'm like,
No, I'll
I
shut down.
just,
I'll be like, get me
yeah,
the fuck out of here and never talk to me again. Like, swear to God.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's a little too extreme for me, but like the next time we hang out, if you're like, "Hey, how's it going?" and I'm like, "The last time I saw you and I said you were a bitch and to get out of my face," like please don't just say, "Hey, how are you?" Like let's chat about it.
Hold on. I think I hear it.
Not
Oh,
that.
no, he's not. I thought my son was screaming, but he's not.
Oh, is that the monitor? I can't hear it. It does sound like
You heard
whales
it?
underneath the ocean. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, oh no, because that's the air. So, like, I'm in the basement. So, like, the air is on. That's what you hear. But I just put on his monitor because I thought in my head I heard him. He, like, sings himself to sleep. He's like, like, sometimes I think he's like
Called
gasping
self-soothing,
for
and
air.
thank God he can do it. Some kids
Yeah.
can't.
And my kids are pretty good and they sleep. They're just, when they're awake, that's the problem.
You're like, just the whole time that they're present and well, that's just struggle for me.
Yeah. But it's fine. I'm fine. We're all fine.
They're back in school, right?
They're in camp.
Okay. Mine went to summer school and like thank God. I loved seeing all the moms that pick up. One of them's in my backyard right now swimming with my kids. Like I
I
love our
want a
little
pool.
community. I know. I know. It's not a real pool, but it'll do. It's like a
I'll
swim
take it.
spa.
Yeah.
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 Wait, so you're back home. So tell the people you went to visit mommy and daddy for a while. Now you're back home. And how is it being back?
Well, not to like sweep things under the rug, but we do that a lot in this house and
Mm,
it's fine. It's not going to work out long term. I'm doing better at like chipping away at some of the things that I was like, hey, this was bugging me before I left. And we'll see if like that gets anywhere. But being at my mom's house was just so easy. And I feel like it took us the whole like 3 weeks or whatever it was to stop being annoyed with each other because we're both such like matriarchs that she has a way she does things and I have a way I do things. And I'm kind of like, when I left, she was like complaining about something every day that's just like her love language. And then when I left, she's like, wait, you're leaving? I just bought groceries. I was like, oh God, you left me.
she does. I feel that way when I go to Florida to visit my parents. I'm like, it takes like a couple, like 48 hours. And then they're like, oh, we can breathe again because we come in hot.
Yeah,
You know,
we come in hot.
we come in hot.
It's
Yeah.
a we have our time, our schedule, what our kids
Hmm.
like to eat.
Hmm.
I'm working the whole time, so I'm sort of just like freeloading on babysitting, and like I'm sure that gets old. My
Right.
mom
And
went,
then
oh, we were going to talk about
they want to do their things. Like they
their
want to play cards, they want to play pickleball, they want to go run errands, they want to like go shopping, they want to have their freedom. And then you're just like that's great, but can you just do that when we leave?
Yeah. I know you dedicated your whole life to raising me, but now could you do
The
that
same
for me? Yeah, again. Like I'm sort of in my very busy growth
era.
era. I need you.
Need you, I want you, I need you right now. You
It
know
was
what
so good.
song?
I feel like I got caught up. I went to the doctor for my like skin. I have rosacea.
Oh,
Like scheduled the kids' dentist appointments. I like
I
paid
need a
all
new
the
dentist.
bills. Yeah. Like just it's crazy what it's like to have another mom in your house with you running your life. You're like, yes, I can do anything.
I know, it reminds me of like my friends that work full time. Most of them have nannies, and they're like, I don't know how you don't have a nanny anymore. And like, I go back and forth. I can't really afford a nanny full time, but B, I don't know. Like, I want to do it all. Like, I know that I can't do it all, but I want to do it all. Like, I
Mm,
don't want to give up bedtime. I don't want to give up breakfast. I don't want to give up dinner. Like, I found someone to pick up the kids some days, like from camp, and bring them home, which is super helpful. But like, I can't imagine, and I probably do need it, right? From that 4 to 7 or 3 to 6 or whatever it is. I could use the extra hands, but then you have someone in your house every day. You really need to like love them too.
mm-hmm.
And I do need the help, but I don't want the help. I want to do it all. Can't we do it all? I feel like we're
You
doing
know
it
what
all.
I feel like my biggest hack that no one ever thinks about, but it's because my work schedule forced me to have a morning nanny for drop off. So she wakes them up, she gets them ready, she gets them fed, takes them to school, comes home, cleans up breakfast. So like if I get up and work early, I can
Yeah, I
fit
have
in a
friends that have
workout.
that too. But that works for you because you're on the West Coast and you work for a company on the East Coast. So like you really have no choice with that. Like I drop off by 9, I'm home by 9:10. You know what I mean? I can work out from 8 to 9. I have a husband that could then drop them. You know what I mean? Like we don't.
Yeah.
I think the trouble for me is the 4 to 6 slot or the 3 to 6
I
slot,
know.
if you will.
Yeah, I get it. I just mean like by the time 3:30 comes around, because I get done early because I start early, I'm like ready to pick them up and be done, but I do put them to bed like on time every night because I'm done
Yeah,
by the time.
same. Because an hour with them is 18.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know. And so where I live, a lot of the moms don't work. A lot, almost all the husbands work, but the moms generally don't work, which is fine. I have no problem with that. But there's this other layer of pressure where it's like they feel how you feel, like they have to do everything. And like when I talk about it and I try to connect with some of my friends, I'm like, I get it. I want to do dinner too. I want to do all that stuff too. But like, I don't want to take it a step. Like, I do want the help. And if I could afford it, I would get more help. And I just
yeah.
feel like a little bit on my own island in that camp because, like,
Everybody else doesn't work and you're the only one working.
honestly, probably because my husband's made comments before too. Like he's used to like the typical like mom not working situation, and he's made comments before like, why not? Like I don't get. And I'm like, because I have high standards for my day job
So, yeah.
and my mom job. So like I want some time where I don't have to do it all so that I can like be better at everything. And um like even a lot of moms homeschool here on top of that. Like they don't even, not only do they not work, but they are schooling their kids. Like the standards are so
Yeah.
high for like what women have to accomplish. And I think that like I love the idea of homeschooling and I think it's great, but like I personally know that I'm not the right one to do that for them.
I'm not a teacher. I'm not
I
going to
know.
sit at home and pretend to teach my kids. First of all, I never really liked school. Like I
Yeah,
finished
true. Me
school
either.
and I went to college, but like I never had a dream to educate and be a teacher. And I have a lot of teachers and educators in my family. And I would never be like my sister always would say, like, I go and I teach kids and then I come home and I have kids and she has little patience for her kids because she's with her kids, other kids all day. And like, I can't imagine,
Yeah.
you know, I
Well, I
couldn't
think like,
imagine like doing it
yeah,
all day. Not, yeah,
the
I
camp
don't know.
isn't so much that like they want to be educators. The camp is that like our school system's not great. It's like there's a lot of bullying. Like they don't get to like travel or have flexible schedules, and like kids aren't meant to sit in desks all day, and like that we can like teach them more by doing stuff with them and like
Are they at a
enriching their
Montessori?
lives more.
Your kids? What kind of
Well,
school are they at?
my kids are at a Montessori, yeah.
Did it just went off? Is it
I
quieter
did
now?
hear like it got quieter.
Okay. Wild.
Anyway,
Ladies and
I just like
gentlemen, my air
sometimes I sit
conditioning.
and think about that, and I'm like, I couldn't possibly do more than I'm doing right now. In fact, like I'm looking for ways to do less so I could do what I'm doing.
Be efficient.
Yeah,
That's what it's all
be plugged
about. You
in.
want to do more by doing less.
You know, I'm a delegator.
Yeah. So I think we're doing a good job. I think we're doing a great job. And I think you can do it all. I think you do need help. I think you just have to figure out, like what you said before, you got to figure out where to draw the line.
Yeah. What's your line in the
Yeah.
sand, baby? Spell it out.
I think my line in the sand is 3 to 6. Help 3 to 6, like 3 days a week.
Yeah. Why not?
That's-
Start with 1. Start with 2. Work your way
That's
up.
what I'm going to look for. That's what I'm going to look for.
Mm-hmm.
I was never like at school. They have like an after school thing. And like I was never left at school. I feel bad leaving my kid at school longer than the other kids because now he'll say to me, like, Mommy, why am I staying later? Like, I want to leave when my friends leave.
What time is later? Like 5?
Yeah. Most of the kids leave at 3.
That's
So I'd rather
just
him like be with somebody and like go get ice cream or go to the playground or go like get out, you know. So yeah, that's what I'm
for
gonna
sure.
do. So if anyone is looking for a part-time job in New York, let me know.
Yeah. I totally. I it's hard out here for a mom, okay?
Because I love my job. I'm not giving up my job. I love it. I love it. I love you. I love everyone I work with. I think we're doing amazing things in this world and it's not even an
We're doing
option.
better all the time. It feels way better
Yeah.
than last month when we started this whole venture.
Yeah. And this podcast is just working wonders for us and our souls and all of you. And I've gotten a lot of feedback and all positive, except my dad, who's pretty upset that I outed my mom with the guinea pig. He's
Yeah,
pretty
the death
pretty
of
upset that
my mom
the
actually
death of our animal.
she gave me the meanest look and she was like, "We took that rat to the vet and he had cancer in his set and they put him down and we both cried in the parking lot. How do you not remember that?" And I was like, "I don't know. Which animal did you kill then?" And she was like, "That was the hamster." And I was like, "See?"
Doesn't really matter. The fact that you had a rat is wild. Like you can
I
just
guess I had
go
a rat
in
and
the
a
street
hamster.
in New York and just get a new lucky.
No thanks. I like them out of a box.
Okay. Well, let's talk about, there was one other thing I wanted to discuss. Let me talk about it.
I gave my phone away because the kids are doing karaoke in the backyard, so I don't have any notes.
It only takes a second.
Yeah.
Why are you so upset?
What? I'm like, this is just my face resting. Thank you.
It's because it's frozen.
It's unfreezing. I'm gonna go see one of our clients in Beverly Hills at the end of July, so I'm waiting.
Ooh, we have a client that does things?
Ted, your skincare bestie, Beverly Hills, skincare to the stars.
I gotta come. When are you going? I'll hop on a plane.
July
Does he do
31st, you
lasers?
should come. Oh, he does the things, all of them. He's like a skin rep for all sorts of special skincare.
How far are you from LA?
3 hours?
So you're gonna take the kids and like do a whole trip?
No, I'm just going by myself.
Take me.
What?
Fly me out.
I found out that I can use my health savings account, so I'm gonna go burn that baby up.
What's a health savings account?
Well, like my insurance doesn't cover anything, so you can set aside like a small amount of your paycheck every single month into a health savings account, tax free, and then go buy all your Botox with it. If you go to a place that's like a med spa or like
Is this
something
a
that sounds
loophole?
yeah.
Did you find a
So
loophole?
I found a
Okay.
loophole. You can also do it for childcare. They have like up in California at least, it's like up to $5,000 tax deductible. So like we'll get those cash back on our daycare here pretty
Okay, well,
soon.
I need to figure this out. And I do think that we should do one more.
Right now?
Yeah.
I
So
don't have
I'm
anything
gonna
funny. Okay.
I'm gonna sum this up.
Sum this up.
Thank you so much for listening to us. Jessica and Anissa, we love you because we said so. Like, subscribe, follow, text me, let us know, follow us. We can't wait to see you soon, hear from you, and we will talk soon. Mwah. Every Thursday. Don't forget. Bye.
Bye.
To like and subscribe and follow this podcast. Come fast. say, I got an itchy bum.
I got an itchy bum.
Oh, you said that very clear. Can you say podcast?
Podcast.
Okay, well, we'll see you next week.